Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ted for Thoughts Past the Salt podcast, being recorded live on January 22nd, 2022. I'm one of your hosts, Taylor, and I'm, of course, joined by my other host.
Oh, my bad. I was turning off audio. My name's Matthew Garcia, your other host today. As usual, having internet issues.
Name more iconic duo.
Right, me and internet issues.
Yeah.
That's bro. Australians, British Texans. I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I guarantee you Texans wouldn't lose a war against flightless birds.
That's true.
Yeah. Anyway. So what's been happening for you this week?
Not too much. Just kind of been playing some Minecraft. We got a 1.18.1 server up and running. So been building my home, been doing some strip mining.
Yeah.
Haven't had too much time to play like some people, so not as developed along the path.
Yeah, we got some players on there who are just some of our friends who are just going incredibly try hard.
Extremely try hard. They are sweating quite a bit, if you may say.
We're talking like auto clickers onto mob spawners overnight. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless I get kicked for various reasons.
Yeah.
AFK.
Exactly.
Yeah. But outside that, not too much going on. Just regular work, going to the gym, playing a bit of Genshin Impact because that's always fun.
Nice. I'm getting ready for that Ganyu rerun on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you've been up to?
Nope, just a Minecraft with the boys, getting all the servers set up and whatnot, and going.
Yeah.
A little bit of a process.
Yeah, we got a little bit of mods running too. Not anything crazy, but we got some stuff.
Right. Exactly.
All
right. So just did some housekeeping stuff out of the way. You can find this podcast being recorded live every Saturday at 1 p.m. Arizona time on the YouTube channel, which is, of course, Ted for Thought. Here at Ted for Thought, we try to post Ted-related videos twice a week. So go and check those out. Make sure you're subscribed, leave a like, comment, and etc. etc. It helps us out a lot. If you want to follow us on Instagram, we are at tech_for_thought, and Twitter at tech_4_thought. So I guess let's get right into the news. Let's talk about it. Oh, what's up?
You forgot our membership.
Oh yeah, that's right. And if you really like to support us better for a nominal fee of $4.99 a month that we get a cut of as well, you can join to be a membership I guess that's how you would describe it, for Ted for Thought, and gives you some cool badges and emotes in the chat whenever we go live.
Toddler.
Exactly.
I think you can use the emotes as well in other videos and whatnots.
Can you? So it's kind of like Twitch then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much just like Twitch.
Okay.
We're also replacing my face with a void emote soon, because God knows I get regular calls from the void, and by God, is she needy.
Yeah.
I can't manage just to hold my packets, bro.
Oleander Rainbow. I read a short story by Vladimir Nabokov while waiting for my haircut appointment the past Wednesday. It's called Russian Spoke Here. Or it's called Russian Spoke Here, but my week was nice. Okay, interesting. That's good. And welcome back, Oleander Rainbow.
Always nice to have you around.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so now let's get into our headlining topic. Intel is spending a casual $20 billion on a new fab in Ohio. We can go ahead and pull it up here. Article's coming to us from WCCF Tech. All right. Intel goes big and aims to build the world's largest chip plant for $20 billion. All right. Chip manufacturer.
Try to rival TSMC there.
Yes, attempting to. This investment kind of coincides with what Gelsinger has said in the past and a little bit more lately of trying to bring a lot of fab production into the U.S. So, kind of restoring that manufacturing arm of the U.S., which is cool. Chip manufacturer Intel Corporation is continuing its aggressive push to build semiconductor fab facilities in the United States. as part of its efforts to scale up production of leading edge products and diversify its market to include contract manufacturing. That was all just one sentence. In a fresh report courtesy of Time magazine, the company has confirmed that it will build a new $20 billion plant in the American state of Ohio, with the facility intended to be the largest of its kind in the world, according to statements made by Intel CEO Mr. Pat Gelsinger. They expect it to be operational by 2025, will create 3,000 new jobs, and this is on top of the two plants. It's on top of the two plants they're putting in Arizona.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Intel is expanding massively.
Hmm.
Interesting that they're doing it in Ohio, but it kind of makes sense. There's not really any sort of weather phenomenons going on there.
I was gonna say weather is such a huge consideration for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Between everything from
Yeah.
earthquake to tornadoes to snow, all that good stuff.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's nice so far. I'm liking the idea of Ohio with this. So is this just going to be the standalone biggest fab in the world?
Yes.
Okay.
Times Magazine's coverage also includes an interview with the Intel CEO who shared that he expects the Ohio plant to be the largest of its kind once construction is finished. Additionally, he also outlined that Intel can expand the Ohio campus to cover twice the area and house up to 8 more manufacturing facilities. So it's not just
Jesus.
enough land for just massive fab, it's enough land for a lot. Or a
Yeah.
lot more than just one fab. And that's kind of, to be quite honest, this is something that, like, the continental US has going for it over, say, Taiwan and everything, is we
Mhm.
have lots of unused land and a lot of it to go around. So, mhm,
Yeah, that is very true.
yeah.
It's nice I kind of bring it home on that part, especially with things kind of escalating on the other side of the world,
Uh-huh.
to put it that way.
Okay.
Only says, move over Dr. Evil's threat of I want $1,000. This blows out of the water.
Yeah, really?
I think you want $1,000,000.
Mhm.
But yeah, definitely. I mean, this isn't even the biggest like deal that's actually happened this week.
Mhm.
Microsoft's purchase is technically bigger.
Yeah, which I guess to get out of that get ahead of that a little bit. I don't think we're going to talk about it just because it's not super duper tech related, but Jesus, that's a lot of money.
So what was it, like $69 billion? Something
68.7.
60. I was, if you round it, it's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, but they were so close.
It was they were this close to greatness.
Yes. And then in the Time magazine interview that was aforementioned, he also talks about how he did not like his first discussion with the Undersecretary of Defense because she seemingly did not understand the importance of bringing chip manufacturing back to the U.S. So that's cool, I guess.
Fascinating.
How?
Just abs-
Why would you need to explain that to the Undersecretary of Anyway? Yeah.
to be fair,
Hmm.
a politician,
Yeah.
probably pretty darn old, so they probably don't get it.
Yeah, that's okay. Our defense secretary has never actually served in the military, so it's cool, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Happens.
Yeah.
Uh, but with it as well, Olander says, if it's not earthquakes, I'm on fire weather. If it's not, it's snow.
Mm.
Describe I'm on fire weather, because I know we're on
Arizona.
I was gonna say we have 120-degree summers, but it's not like California where they're literally on fire.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
but
So, yeah, I don't know. Do you think this is a good move for Intel?
extremely.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like Gelsinger is already into really playing the long game here,
Hmm.
So,
He knows his tenure won't be that long, but in
mhm.
tering of the grand scale of things, but he's definitely setting up everything
As
for way
TSMC is
past
so
his
happy
time.
to point out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
extremely happy to point out.
So,
I give marks here that I'm liking what they're doing. It's a shame it's going to take 4 years.
right, exactly.
That's always the hard part.
Hmm. I think the next bit, like, I don't know, if we want to really focus on bringing chip manufacturing, like, to the US, we need to start getting more TSMC plants here and get them off the Taiwan island, in all honesty.
Yeah, no, I gotcha.
Just because of the drama with West Taiwan that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
but hey, I mean, we got what we got for the moment, and Do you think they'll expand even more in terms of like Arizona or Ohio on that front? 'Cause
I'm
I know
sure
they
they
said
will.
they plan to in Ohio at
Yeah.
least on that particular campus.
hmm Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Okay.
Particularly in Arizona, also, just to kind of compete as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, what was I
There.
gonna say also? Oh yeah, I saw some articles going around how it's like, oh, Intel, it's like this is gonna alleviate the chip shortage by like with these fabs and everything. It's like, no, we're gonna be
No.
out of the chip shortage just because like the function of time. It's gonna take 3-4 years for all this to
Yeah.
really kick off.
And we're getting closer to that mark at least. We're about 2 years in now.
Right, exactly. So we're almost out of the chip shortage, and these Intel plants, although they'll be great for the future, especially if Intel does well with its Alchemist GPUs and continues their GPU line in the future,
Hmm.
these will be super useful for making sure that the chip shortage or like a similar chip shortage has a less chance of happening in the future.
Yeah. Not only that, it also should make it overall cheaper as well because you don't have to deal with shipping across seas,
Right,
at least on
exactly.
the U.S. market.
Yeah. So yeah,
I can always appreciate that.
overall good benefits.
I like it. I'm on fire. Weather is like hot weather, but add water, and it feels like a miserable sauna. Florida.
Yeah. Okay, you're talking like Florida in July.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Gotcha.
Anything else to say about Intel?
Bring more home.
All right. Yep. Bring more
Yep.
home. I like it.
Pretty
Good
much it.
moves. Bring home the
I like
U.S. manufacturing. Okay.
Yes. All right.
Well,
And
now let's talk about Team Red.
yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, and how they're gaslighting consumers into believing 4 gigs of VRAM is enough.
I'm convinced. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. This is
You mind if I read this one real quick?
yeah. Go ahead.
It's a smaller one. Hopefully, my internet seems stable enough.
hmm
So with it, headline is AMD hides, then restores claim that 4 GB of VRAM is not enough, just as it launches 4 GB GPU. Nice. Brought to you by The Verge, by the way.
Yes.
Well, AMD claimed back in 2020 that 4 GB of VRAM was insufficient for modern PC games and could result in error messages, warning limits, lower frame rates, and even gameplay stutters or pop-in issues.
Which is all
And
100% correct, by the way, even at
100.
1080p.
Yep, very true.
Yeah.
But today, AMD is launching the $199 RX 6500 XT with 4 GB of VRAM, and the blog post featuring AMD's original claim has mysteriously disappeared.
By the way,
Uh,
the 6500 XT doesn't cost 199 anymore. It's already going for like 400 and 450. Paul's
that's
Hardware has a pretty cool video talking about it.
is that due to scalpers though? Or
Yes.
okay, understandable in that
It's
case.
already been scalloped and it's already out of stock.
Yep, surprise there. But AMD has hidden the blog post today, as it was previously accessible yesterday, and even a Google cached view version on January 16th has the post in full. AMD is leading the industry and providing gamers with high VRAM graphics solutions across the entire product offerings. Said, I'm not even going to try. Said a
Adik
worker
Butani.
there. I'm not good with names.
It's all good.
Yeah, but a Radeon market specialist for AMD in the blog post from 2020, competitive products are at a similar entry level price point are offering up to a maximum of 4 GB of VRAM, which is evidently not enough for today's games.
It's not.
No. After this article was published, the
As
blog
pointed
post
out by AMD themselves here.
I wonder how many toes you can shoot off before you can't walk anymore.
Right.
The blog post suddenly reappeared, and AMD has not responded to the requests for comment. At the time, AMD was promoting its own GPU for 1080p gaming that includes 6 GB or 8 GB of VRAM. The company performed a series of tests showing how much better 8 GB model of its RX 5500 XT was compared to the measly 4 GB model. It looked like the blog post magically disappeared just as AMD is about to launch a new 4 GB GPU today, mysteriously.
Where did it go?
Yeah. And the new entry level RX 6500 XT is supposedly priced at $199 and is available to purchase today if you are lucky. But AMD's marketing for this new GPU included a media roundtable earlier this month where Radeon Vice President Laura Smith claimed even with when 4 gigs of VRAM buffer, it has really nice frame buffer size for the majority of AAA games. Awkward there. But now, this could be a totally innocent mistake, or the most coincidental technical glitch we've ever seen. So we'd reach out to AMD to comment on this missing blog post, but the company is yet to respond. But hey, it's back up on the site at least.
All right.
Neato.
Now, let's be honest. It would have stayed removed if no one caught it.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, sorry, some water. But yeah, AMD made what we call in the business a fuck you wucky.
Yes. Very much so.
Yeah, that's not a good move from them.
I hope this just kind of like anyone that was like kind of drank the Kool-Aid a little bit and seriously thought, oh, AMD is like our friend or whatever, got a little bit, I don't want to say rocked by this, but kind of got a little bit, like the veil got pulled from over their eyes a little bit more.
Yeah, it's not the prettiest thing. Yeah. To be fair, you should never assume anybody's on your side. You can support who you wish, but I
Right,
always
exactly.
do believe, support with your wallet, and if they make fucky walkies, then
Don't support it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
To be fair, at least I will give AMD at least the credit for trying to make something work, but they know themselves. They've admitted it. It's still a fucking mistake that they put 4 gigs. They should have at least put 6.
See, I don't even give AMD credit for trying, in all honesty. This is the relaunch of a 5-year-old card just running on new architecture. It's a relaunch of the RX 580.
It's true.
Which was already a little bit like too close to the 490, the RX 490.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like this is it's like the new RDNA 2 architecture that does help a little bit, but this is still just kind of an abysmal card by today's standards, in all honesty, and it's kind of,
Yeah.
if I might be harsh, it's a waste of silicon.
Yeah.
So,
no.
Anders, oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to read the comment as well.
Okay.
I'm not a PC builder by any stretch, but even I know that 4 gigs isn't probably going to help anything. 4 gigs is for cheap MP3 players for 10-year-olds whose parents monitor their music preferences.
Oh, that is true. Yeah. Yeah, 4 gigs it's a little low. Like, those are all considered like the 4 gig versions of like the RX 580 and everything 5 years ago was considered like the budget version of an already somewhat budget card.
That's true. 4 gigs hasn't been enough for, I would say, pretty damn close to a decade now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Even on 1080p.
Yeah. It's just because you've always wanted a little bit extra buffer size.
It helps.
Yeah.
It really does help.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a great look, AMD. Sorry. It's
No.
There was something to be said about AMD, trying both the processor and GPU space, but again, it's just like when AMD has the whole dichotomy that you and I have talked about quite a bit, is that it's like their GPU line always kind of suffers a little bit if their processor line is doing well, and vice versa. So
yeah, I think they've gotten better. It is to be that right now their high end is pretty good. Their low end sucks.
Yeah, which
that
is not something I'd ever thought I'd say about AMD, but
right, like yeah. Current state of
yeah. Goodbye. The Ethernet is kidnapped, Matt. All right.
Oh, am I not here?
You're kind of here. You're fading in and out of existence.
The voids.
Yeah. Here we go again.
Neat. My router says I have internet.
You're a lot better now, so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, I had. Damn, this just sucks. There's no sugar.
Yeah, it feels bad for AMD, man. No, I don't even feel bad.
They kind of knew what they were doing.
Yeah. I want to bring this up too. I've heard some discussion saying that the 6500 XT was originally designed and supposed to be a laptop mobile GPU.
I believe it.
Yeah, I would believe it too. But then they just kind of like they converted it into a desktop one to release the chip into a desktop model.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what it is with graphics card makers with Nvidia and AMD in terms of like they always feel like they even during the times right now where their stuff they're making record sales off like everything.
Mhm.
They still feel like they have to release new cards on the lower end on that part. It's like we and the cards are bad. It's like we know this isn't looking so like just commit to something. Like
Right, exactly.
just improve what you can do and we'll visit that later when we have more capacity to make them.
Well,
Uh,
I guess some good news for the 6500 XT though. You it's useless for mining, not because of any sort of hash rate limiter, but it's because to mine Ethereum you need at least 4.6 gigs of VRAM.
that's true.
Yeah, so
Maybe that's why they did it. It was a 200 IQ four-dimensional
3 trillion
underwater
IQ
play.
Lisa Sue sits deep interdimensional chess checkers with the aliens and the machine elves.
You know it, and the four-dimensional thoughts. Can't forget them.
Exactly. The vampire thoughts that travel through time to ride your dick. All right. AMD, you've committed
I was watching
Amazon.
Pass Assault this morning while working out.
AMD, you've committed Amazon levels of a fucky wucky. Granted, death isn't involved, but still. Yeah, this isn't
That-
quite like forever bots levels. This is just like, AMD trying to pull a fast one. And you'd really think companies right now, especially ones that try to build themselves as being so like consumer savvy like AMD does. Because, I mean, okay, granted, these are both like big corporations, which, as we said, you shouldn't like trust and should always remain skeptical of and whatnot. AMD is not your friend. Intel's not your friend. It's like Intel has always been like more unapologetically corporate than AMD has over the years, just in terms of like their PR and whatnot.
Yeah,
So
to be fair, AMD have to play more like a friendly role to be able to gain back market share. So
yeah, exactly.
it's understandable.
Yeah. So it's like
Plus, I mean,
you would
it
have really
does seem
thought
like a
AMD
very
would have thought this was a bad idea.
yeah.
So it's like, am I out of
And
touch? No, it's the kids who are wrong.
right. Plus, with the conferences as well, I don't know what it is, but like Lisa Su, like a motherly vibe, and the way she presents things.
I never really got that. I always thought of her more of as like a professor lecturing me. I don't know.
I wrote that
Huh?
because she presented stuff. She didn't do it like she doesn't put a lot of facts into it or like numbers and things like that into her presentations.
Which I kind of dislike.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's more of a friendly type vibe. So
Oh, okay, gotcha.
yeah.
Mhm.
Raspberries Reborn, nothing quite like going down the highway at 90 with the oh shit, I'm feeling it absolutely blasting.
Wow.
Were you pulled over? I'm assuming not.
All right.
Not breaking 100 though. Shame.
We do not condone speeding. Please follow your local laws. Okay.
We merely joke in Minecraft.
Exactly. You see, he was going 90 miles an hour in Minecraft. Okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It was in Minecraft. Okay. I wonder what the statute of limitations is like in Minecraft.
It depends on which crimes in Minecraft.
That is true. How to make it back for the stream. Well, we appreciate it in Minecraft. The stream in Minecraft.
Yes. Probably make a mod for that to occur.
Oh no, I've seen it. I'm pretty sure. Tachyon by Death Trips intensifies. Yes, that's the song Ocean I'm Feeling is based off of.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love how Oleander knows it.
Right. Which the original video, which is kind of a trip.
I've never seen the original video.
Okay, we'd watch it later, I guess. I'm excited to.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So, anything else to say about AMD's legendary fucky wucky?
Come on, man.
Come on, man. They're putting more gas under your ass that it could light a gas lamp in like LA with, you know?
Okay. I wouldn't necessarily describe this as much as gaslighting as them just trying to like brush stuff under the carpet.
I don't know. It's more like, come on, 4 gigs is enough. You know 4 gigs is enough. 4 gigs is fine. It's like, no, it's
To be
not. You
fair,
told
they
me.
haven't necessarily outside the one conference with the one lady saying it.
Yeah,
They really haven't pushed that.
I know. I just maybe gaslighting might be too strong of a term, but
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
little strong in this use case, but
yeah,
they still fucked up. They
exactly.
still fucked up.
Yeah,
Can't deny that. You know, what also fucked up.
the crypto market apparently.
Yeah,
All right,
damn.
all right.
Well,
Our next
this one.
article comes to us from Bloomberg.
Access. Okay, I do. Cool.
You should have like the free or whatever, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The crypto crash erases more than $1 trillion in market value in the crypto market.
Ooh.
Yeah, the crash comes after the Biden administration said that they were going to target crypto with an executive order, and Bitcoin has dropped to below 36K for the first time since July.
Damn.
All right, let's see. For
Jeez.
Bitcoin, there's only been one constant recently. Decline after decline after decline. All we do is just call that a dip. Buy the dip, not a financial advisor. And the superlatives have piled up really quickly. With the Federal Reserve intending to withdraw stimulus from the market, riskier assets the world over have suffered. Bitcoin, the largest digital asset, lost more than 12% on Friday, January 21st, and dropped below 36,000 to its lowest level since July. Since its peak in November, it has lost over 45% of its value. Other digital currencies have suffered just as much, if not more, with Ether and meme coins mired in similar drawdowns. Is this the point where I bring up that dude I saw on Reddit who apparently like yeeted him and his wife's joint bank account into Dogecoin and lost it all? Goodbye.
Me?
Yes.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
But that was the funniest article I've read on Reddit in a while, or thread more accurately.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I explain to my wife that we lost our entire savings thanks to Bit or to Dogecoin?
Yeah.
Like, I invested in it at 30 cents and we lost it all. How do I explain this to my wife?
Say your bank account burned in a fire or something? I don't really know.
Yeah,
There is no good way about that.
there is no good thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Bitcoin's decline since that November high has wiped out more than 600 billion in market value from its peak, and over 1 trillion has been lost from the aggregate crypto market. So, that's like Ethereum, Shiba Coin, Dogecoin, all that fun stuff being dragged down with it.
and all these trading on the different platforms, Crypto.com coin, Binance coin.
Yeah. Didn't Crypto.com have an issue lately or something? I thought
I don't know off the top of my head, honestly.
Okay.
I know they sponsored the LA Lakers Coliseum.
Yeah, isn't it like the Crypto.com Coliseum now or something like that?
Something like that.
It's like they even have the name or something stupid like that. They have Matt Damon and the rights to an arena in LA now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the commercials.
Yeah, it's but yeah, it's I don't know if it's outside of that off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Oleander says divorce him because that's financial irresponsibility.
Yeah, that'd be worth a divorce. I don't know.
Yeah, you could do it with your own savings, but with somebody else's too.
Or if
that's
it's
a
like
little
if
too
it's you and your wife, that's pretty. Yeah, that's not. I don't think that's okay. But yeah, your
Yeah.
own savings, whatever.
If you're involving somebody else in your poor financial decisions, then that's your problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I could say that'd be a marriage wrecker right there.
yeah. Bitcoin's
Nice.
decline since that November high. Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. Sorry.
You read
While there have been
that?
much larger percentage drawdowns for both Bitcoin and the aggregate market, this marks only the second largest ever decline in dollar terms for both, according to the Bespoke Investment Group. And I think the last time it happened is when it fell from its end of 2018, beginning 2019 peak.
Yeah.
I think that's the last time it fell.
Well, I mean, there was in March to June of 2021, it fell from 65,000 to basically 30,000.
Okay, so maybe that's the previous one then.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be the biggest previous one.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, not gonna read that. Yeah, just scale of value and whatnot. With the Fed's intentions rocking both cryptocurrencies and stocks, a dominant theme has emerged in the digital asset space. Cryptos have twisted and turned in exactly the same way as equities have. Crypto, although it's just a lot more volatile and a lot more like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not okay. Crypto-centric stocks also dropped on Friday, with Coinbase Global Incorporated at one point losing nearly 16%. That would almost trigger a circuit breaker, and falling to its lowest level since its debut in spring 2021. MicroStrategy Incorporated tumbled 18%, also almost another circuit breaker, and yeah, it's just everything's down, and
Damn.
yeah, everything was down. Crypto apparently has very strong tie to the Nasdaq, which was also kind of down on Friday.
Buy the dip.
Yeah, not a financial advisor.
Is that go back up a bit?
Mm-hmm.
For that chart, was it tracking Bitcoin and Nasdaq there?
No,
Ah.
it's a tech ETF matched with Bitcoin.
Gotcha.
Oh no,
He's-
okay, no, this is the ARK Innovation ETF. I've heard of this before. That is essentially the Nasdaq.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, so this is essentially the Bitcoin as well as, yeah, it's the trend line. Yeah, they're both very closely correlated.
The economy's fine, dude. I don't know what everybody's
fine.
complaining about.
It's
It's
fine.
fine, bro.
I don't know.
It's fine. It's not a bubble.
$1 trillion worth of privately held digital assets wiped out in a single day? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Just, like a solid, what was that, like, how much percentage-wise is 1 trillion compared to our GDP? Like, I think that's a point right there, like a solid percent.
U.S. GDP, let's do 2019, because that was a pretty good year.
Yeah.
Let's do Q1 2019. Looks like a little bit over 3 trillion. No, wait, I'm sorry, that's percent change. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tech for Thought aren't a financial podcast. Far from it, actually. True. And here we are fucking running numbers.
Yeah.
Real GDP increased 2.3% there.
It's all percentage increase I'm looking for.
Yeah,
Here
we're
we
not a
go.
financial podcast, but we get
This
get
is what I
on the
want.
mark
Okay.
because it's funny.
Okay, yeah. 2019 was 21.433 trillion.
Nice. Jesus.
So yeah. I can't believe I missed the World Bank link. I used to use this all the time in econ
yeah, that's like
financial courses.
That's a solid couple percent of our GDP just wiped away.
Yeah, let's see, what is it? I mean, relatively speaking, it's not like
Yeah.
Bitcoin. Yeah.
I know, but it's just like the comparative between
Yeah.
the crypto market and just the US GDP.
Yeah. That's like 4.76% or so.
That's probably more GDP than most countries.
That is true. Yeah. Considering there's like 211 some odd countries in the world, and like how many of them are actually have any significant economy? No.
Developed.
Yeah. So it's like that is a little bit stacked as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So anyway.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Everything's fine.
So Taylor, have you bought more Bitcoin?
Yes, I bought more Doge. I yeeted the entirety of my checking and savings account into Doge.
And how's that working for you?
I can't afford food later.
I'm eating pasta for the 5th time this week.
That is true.
Like dried food for days, my man.
I'm gonna start stealing my dog's food.
What could be the worst thing to happen from that? Your hair gets nice and shiny.
Apparently, it's a thing that the like CDC recommends that if you touch dog food with your bare hands or handle like dry dog food, to wash your hands afterward, which I always do in general. But
Fascinating.
Yeah, I didn't know it's like the CDC actually recommends that.
I wonder why.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anything else to say about the very, very troubled crypto market? This
Speaking of
is.
recommendations, we don't offer or recommend any financial advice.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Do not buy the dip because you heard a non-financial podcast talk about it.
yeah,
Do
don't
not.
listen to
Okay,
us.
actually, do not buy the
Don't
dip
listen
because a podcast told you to do it. That's actually horrible
Make our
financial advice.
financial decisions.
Yeah, and if you want to,
Double down.
if you want to actually invest a significant sum of money, I would recommend like
No, no, we don't make recommendations on this podcast.
I'm not
We
telling you.
don't make recommendations on this podcast, Taylor.
I'm not.
You said if you wish to invest, I recommend.
If
I'm
no,
stopping
I'm
you
saying
before
okay.
you
I'm sorry.
commit a
If you have
felony.
a significant amount of money you are looking to invest, talk to a financial advisor.
Okay.
That was all I was going to say.
Sorry, I
Jesus
got really paranoid
Christ.
there.
I know the laws too. It's okay.
Raspberries Reborn, I recommend prostitution. Okay.
I recommend the corner of 49th Avenue. That does pretty well.
I don't recommend prostitution. I recommend OnlyFans because you make more money and it's more sanitary for you.
I don't know, man.
You only have to post pictures of yourself and
I
people
know.
pay money for that.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Fair point. Yeah, that is more sanitary.
Tech for Thought only qualified for tech and dank memes. That's very
Exactly.
true.
Yeah.
Tech, dank memes, and water coolers.
Yeah. And just like how I
Okay.
won't give you medical advice, I'll just say go talk to your doctor.
All right, nice.
Anyway, let's move on before
Before you
because we
dig
are in fact
deeper
a
holes.
TED we are in fact a tech podcast. We should probably get back to talking about tech. Let's talk about Intel again. How about that?
Yeah, I'm liking this.
All right, do you want to read this one?
Yeah, I'll go for it. All right, so this one brought to you by Tom's Hardware. So Intel's flagship GPU Arc Alchemist is trading blows with the the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 37 Titanium in alleged benchmarks.
Beautiful, thank
With
you.
it, you're welcome. The first alleged benchmarks results of one of Intel's upcoming Alchemist graphic cards with a GPU featuring 512 execution units, also known as vector engines, have been published in C Software Saunders benchmark ranker and uncovered by at Tom underscore Apisac. The overall GPU compute score for a forthcoming discrete GPU is higher than NVIDIA high-end GeForce RTX 3070 Ti. But thanks to the scores with a pinch of salt, for now we know that info.
Mhm.
The score of Intel's presumably flagship desktop discrete Arc Alchemist GPU, God, the first two paragraphs are just so SEO heavy,
Yeah.
have been submitted by an unknown person or persons to the database. The GPU features 512 EU, repeating myself. It has 4 megabytes of L2 cache and operates at 2.1 gigahertz. The board is equipped with 12.8 gigabytes of usable memory, which probably means 16 gigabytes of memory in total. See more details about the test setup below. And then we get that nice little graph there.
This looks like pure rasterization numbers here, which would
Yeah.
make sense. So
Yeah. And yeah, the FP ones are always interesting, although they're not always very
right.
the true performance in games. But assuming the results submitted to the Sandra's benchmark radar are accurate and the drivers are mature enough, the overall score of 9017.52 megapixels per second looks quite good, exceeding NVIDIA's GeForce RTX 3070 Ti that hits 8369.51 megapixels per second. But the devil's in the details. When it comes to FP32 GPU compute workloads, a precision that graphics applications use the most these days, the discrete Arc Alchemist GPU is around 23% behind its competitor GA104 with 6144 stream processors at 1440 megahertz. This is not exactly a spectacular result, at least as performance in FP32 compute workloads is concerned. Of course, we're not dealing with commercial hardware or software here, so take the information with a grain of salt, and you could always pass the salt as well.
Of course.
Ayo. Uh, as there we go. So perhaps Intel's actual flagship Alchemist will perform considerably better. Intel's Alchemist XC512 performs on par with NVIDIA's GeForce RTX 3070 Ti in FP16 GPU compute workloads, which are not widely used for graphics. Meanwhile, the GPU outperforms the GA104 by 68% in FP64 GPU compute workloads and almost by 5 times in FP128 GPU compute workloads. But neither 64 or 128 are used by graphics applications and are reserved for high performance computing. I wonder what that would look like hashing, like hash rates.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Although that's kind of interesting. It's like,
It has this weird bell curve in performance like
yeah,
that.
this indicates that's like the 3070 Ti was specifically geared for, like gaming and whatnot, which makes sense. Their normal RTX line or the GeForce RTX line tends to be. It's why they have like special like production drivers for the Titan, which they bill as more of like a production GPU as opposed to normal stuff. But okay, this is interesting. It's like Intel has this position here where it's like it's competent at gaming, but is also going to beat something like a 3070 Ti and in like production level tasks. So interesting corner of the market. That's kind of cool because like a lot of people who buy, and it's like myself included, who get into like PC gaming and whatnot, they want to check out all the other like cool things they can do, like 3D design and everything with their new PC.
Yeah.
So if you have an Intel GPU, it'll be a boon to have if you want to explore other things besides gaming on your PC. So
Yeah, like I know I render videos all the time, so
yeah.
that something like that would be pretty interesting to see how it performs in other workloads.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Probably wouldn't fit in my case, but hey, who knows?
Oh well.
But I mean, that's pretty much the article. That
Okay.
doesn't go into too much more details.
And
Uh,
to be entirely fair, also the performance in gaming will be like incredibly behind. And again, as we talked about many times on the show, it all just kind of depends. It's like it's Intel's market to have, just as long as they price it right. And this kind of aside, Nvidia has bumped up the 3070 MSRP very quietly about 10%. So as well, the 3070 Ti's MSRP like 10%. So that doesn't help
yeah,
things, and could if
that was in
Intel chooses.
Europe, I think, right?
I think so, yeah. So it's
I
like,
believe they jacked the prices up in Europe specifically.
okay.
Interesting. Uh, see some comments here. Uh, Doge, yes, my download is finished. Yes, my download finished. Cool.
Okay.
So we have Raspberries Reborn and Doge with the with Shiba memes.
Catch.
And
Although
NEG
Raspberries
Quantum,
Reborns is definitely more aggressive.
very much so. NEG Quantum will let you explore hashtag butt stuff. That's up for you to find out,
I don't
man.
know,
That's
man.
that's for you.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, this is Intel's like all the stars are kind of aligned for Intel to make a move in this market.
Yes.
I just hope they execute. Oleander says, I think that would be more up Alienware speed.
I get it. It's like abduction and probing.
Probing.
Yeah. Okay.
I get it.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Okay.
Don't worry.
All right. So yeah, it is Intel's market to lose pretty much at this point.
Yeah, I'm. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, we just really need to see real world performance. We need to get this in the hands of like reviewers on their test benches, Gamers Nexus, Pulse Hardware, Bitwit, LTT, everyone, and we need to see us. No.
Nah, there's no way we'd ever get one of these.
Right. So yeah, we just really need to see how it performs in the real world, and if the little if the salty pieces of if the salty appetizers we've gotten in some of the leaks and like performance numbers showing up on various sites are anything to go off of, it's going to be off to a really good start for Intel to get into this market, and all the poaching of talent they did a few years ago is really paying off for the graphics department, because even the Iris graphics, like the built-in ones on their processors, have seen pretty good performance gains from having new graphics architecture and new graphics talent at Intel. So
that's very true. They have almost, I know, in a generation 2, almost tripled their performance when it comes to integrated graphics.
Yeah.
and
So,
that alone was
nutty.
crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like honestly the laptop space is really cool right now. It's gonna be so cool to see what that looks like in 2 years.
Right. Exactly.
But hey, we got to see what it looks like when it comes out first.
Yeah.
Take a little water break. Get your water. Do you have your water?
No. I can't reach it.
Go get your water.
Okay.
This boy not having his water.
I have my water.
Good. Let's take a little water break.
Okay. Hydration check. Beautiful. Okay.
Feels good, man.
Love it.
I am almost done with this. I'm 3/4 of the way through my water.
Nice. All right. So, anything else to comment about the Intel Alchemist GPUs up and coming?
Not really. Just what we've said so far. Take your chance.
Yeah.
Nerd awakens with the water gang.
Hell yeah.
True.
All right. So, do you know where Intel probably won't be selling a lot of GPUs though? West Taiwan. Let's talk about it.
Here we go.
Coming to us from tomshardware.com. China desktop GPU sell-in figures dropped 19% in December. The shipment dip blamed on factors such as COVID, which is having sporadic outbreaks in major Chinese cities right now. Or, I'm sorry, West Taiwanese cities. The West Taiwan yuan dipping, and new mining and gaming laws, not only in West Taiwan, but across the world as well. All right.
Jesus. Imagine just having the entire market like slashed by a fifth.
Right.
That hurts. On the bright side, hey, maybe that means some more cards over here in the US.
Right. Yeah. A recent graphics card market sell-in data dump from China industry sources makes interesting reading. It appears to reveal that desktop GPU shipments into China in December were down 19% compared to the previous month, November. The damn Karen cough. Gosh.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've heard that before, to be honest.
Which is quite a precipitous drop. The biggest drop by volume was clearly in Gigabyte Aorus branded cards, which is native to West Taiwan. The biggest drop, oh, sorry, read that. China's Bobonton board channels are the source of the below chart, picked up by my drivers and annotated in English by the author of the article we're reading from. Starting at the left of the bar chart, you can see that Colorful is the biggest of the top eight desktop GPU suppliers in China. However, the homegrown brand's December shipments to customers in China looked significantly down and were obviously a major contributor to the 19% slump. Oh. So just looking at the graph here, the yellow bar is December volume and the green bar is November volume. As you can see, pretty much across the board, yellow is quite a bit lower than green.
Damn, Gigabyte and took a massive chunk there.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty nutty.
Yeah. Second placed ASUS's shipments were pretty steady, just down slightly. However, other Taiwanese firms like Gigabyte and MSI saw more serious shipment drops. Gigabyte's drop in shipments was perhaps the most dramatic, and one might estimate that Gigabyte/Aorus branded cards shipped to China were perhaps 40% down on the previous month. Oh. Such market fluctuations are often quite complex to fathom, with multiple supply and demand side factors of various impacts at play. The source article quotes some obvious cases for the shipment downturn, mentioning CUF outbreaks affecting both production and distribution of GPUs. It also mentions the upcoming Chinese New Year holiday, which some suppliers might be holding back stocks for in order to get a higher price later. We want things in the black. I'm not a finance effort. That's right. That is true. Yes, you want it in the black.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Goes on and talked about some of the child gaming laws that we've talked about, the crypto ban, etc. So, well, maybe this is a hopeful thing. Maybe this is a good sign. Maybe we really can't look at it. I wonder if there's like a huge flood of used GPUs now on the Chinese market just because of the crypto ban and whatnot.
I don't think there's actually that much because I've heard a lot of them are just moving their facilities to somewhere else.
Okay, just straight up moving.
Like Texas is a hotbed for this right now.
Yeah, we've
People
talked
trying
about
to import GPUs.
Yeah.
and just mine there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's kind of crazy. Dust. Uh, but it's with it, they're at least not expanding anything, so that probably explains the massive drop as well. I
Right.
wonder if there's like a scalper market in China as well.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure
So
there is.
yeah, crazy times, man. Crazy
Wow.
times.
Wow.
I could not imagine just being like having a market just drop by 40% in a month and just like what that would look like.
Especially if you're just one single company dealing with that drop, it's just like suddenly your shipments are down 40%. It's like, oh, I have to take out a second mortgage on the house now. Cool.
Oh no.
Yeah. I can't buy a
Yeah.
BMW this month.
Facts. That is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think do you think they would start rerouting some of those cards somewhere else, say Europe, US, for example?
You would hope, but then, they're just going to be stuck in shipping containers off the port of LA for a while, so
That's true. I know that to be fair, the port in Texas has been booming and that
yeah.
one's been moving along pretty well.
Yeah. It's still kind of just like the raw function of time, though, that if
Yeah.
we were to see any beneficial effects of it, it would be a couple months down the road from even
Yeah.
now. So,
Mm. I got you there.
mhm,
Always an interesting thought to explore, though.
yeah. And I'm also
You
not
just
entirely
say,
certain if Chinese GPUs are locked down differently than like international GPUs.
mm, well, if anything, that may be more of a software thing, so they would be
Right.
able to update that in the factory before they get that sent out.
Right, exactly. But that's my point. It's like if the shipment was intended for China, but then it ended up going somewhere else, they would need to do a little bit of retooling on those GPUs. That is,
Yeah.
it's like if I'm at all correct in that there's any sort of like restriction or difference placed for Chinese GPUs for
I
some reason or another under the Communist Party rule.
I couldn't imagine it personally because that's just typically not something that you'd see on that type of hardware. That's more of like an ISP type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So.
interesting thought.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I think that covered that part.
I think so. Yeah.
Nice. What's also having issues as well?
Airports.
Yes. As well as my internet.
Right. You want to try reading this, or do you want me to?
One moment, I'm pulling it up. There we go. With the final news article of the day, brought to you by The Verge. As much like hate as The Verge gets sometimes, their tech news is really good.
Yeah.
AT&T
You are bad. Hello. All right. Nope, he's gone. Cool. Only under Rainbow Comments, damn commies. Exactly. It's the commies' fault.
Here.
Yes, but actually no. You're here in spirit.
Take that, I guess. Yeah, I've lost everything.
This is the worst it's been the entire podcast.
That's true.
Yeah. And we're so close. We're almost done.
I know. It's
Damn it, the boy is kidnapping Matt again. Yeah, it's the Ethernet gang. They're going for Matt.
yeah. I'm probably not stable, so if you want to go ahead and read that, I guess.
Okay. AT&T and Verizon are limiting C-band 5G expansion around airports even more. Yeah, so you might have heard this past week going around that there was drama with lots of canceled flights, especially international flights from like India and Japan and Korean airlines coming into the U.S. because AT&T Verizon were rolling out a new band of 5G on 5G towers around airports, and that was causing issues with a specific instrumentation because basically when you get into frequencies and whatnot, and you're emitting frequencies for whatever purpose, there's this phenomenon that kind of be referred to as bleed and whatnot, where it's like, even though you might have a 3.8, say like a 3.8 gigahertz frequency or whatever, depending on the tuning of the equipment and everything and how tight it is, there's if you're trying to broadcast at 3.8, that signal might dip into the spectrum for 3.9, maybe 4, 4.1, 4.2, etc., and a little bit lower too. So there's a little bit of bleed. It's dependent on tuning, how your hardware manages that, etc. Typically, really nice hardware is tighter when it comes to bleed, but there's still a little bit of play no matter what you're doing, and that's honestly just the nature of of these waves in general. So anyway,
Great example when you're like radio between two stations bleeding together. That's a really good example of that type of bleed.
can you redo that example, because it did not come through?
The void.
Yeah.
I was gonna say a great example is when you're in a car listening to a radio and like you hit that point right between two channels, you can kind of hear both of them simultaneously.
Yes, exactly.
That's a great example of the bleed.
Yeah. By the signal dip, laughs in track phone. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, so what's happening this weekend is that this new C-band of 5G that AT&T and Verizon were rolling out was not tuned properly and was causing disruptions on a frequency that certain certain aircraft instrumentation relies on. So that was causing disruptions and interference, which is, look, we need to prioritize aircraft landing properly as opposed to having better download speeds on your phone. Okay? That's all I'm saying. We have priorities, people.
But I need my feeds fast.
It's like, I know Karen needs to upload that photo of her Frappuccino from the Starbucks airport quick, but yeah. Anyway. Let's read the article a little bit. AT&T and Verizon have announced that they will push back plans to activate some 5G towers around airports after airline operators warned that the deployment could cause catastrophic disruption to travel and shipping. While both carriers have an agreement with the FAA to create buffer zones around 50 airports, AT&T has confirmed to The Verge that it's halting the rollout of even more towers than originally planned, and that the decision applies to a limited number of towers around certain airport runways. Verizon responded to an email asking if it was planning on doing more than the agreement requires, with a statement that says it's voluntarily decided to limit our 5G networks around airports. AT&T is clearly unhappy with the situation. In a statement to The Verge, it said that it will continue to work with the aviation industry and the FAA, provide further information about our 5G deployment, since they have not utilized the 2 years they've had to responsibly plan for this deployment. So I find it interesting how AT&T is trying to pass the buck on to, it's the airline's fault. It's like, dude, it's going to be cheaper for you to modify your hardware, just not put it up, than to modify fleets of aircraft that have this instrumentation. Like, and
I find that hilarious.
Also, don't we have we have, people. Why did, the FCC commissioner didn't get together with the transportation secretary to, talk about this? Because, this isn't a surprising thing. People were saying this was going to happen if AT&T and Verizon continued, but they just went along ahead of it. Where's the transportation secretary? Where's the FCC chairman? Where are the people, making sure things like this don't happen? They're non-existent. They're MIA. This is ridiculous, No one's doing their job.
Wasn't who is the transportation secretary?
Pete Buttigieg?
I thought so.
Yeah.
Wasn't he on vacation when the stuff was going down in the ports of California and nobody had a clue for 3 months?
Yes. Let's see. At least TracFone isn't interrupting flight. Look, the telemarketers are annoying, but so is interrupting a flight. Okay, fair enough. AT&T is the Apple of phone companies. I believe that too.
Yeah, that's very true.
The statement also said that the company is frustrated by the FAA's inability to do what nearly 40 countries have done, which is to safely deploy 5G tech without disrupting aviation services, and we urge it to do so in a timely manner. So, one of two things is wrong here. There's only there's four manufacturers who provide the 5G equipment. Okay? Mm-hmm. There's Huawei, the Chinese company, which is not really in the U.S. or Canada, because the ban and whatnot, and it's also not in a lot of other countries like Japan or India, etc., because bad terms with China. And there's like, then there's Samsung, Ericsson, and I think Quest or Motorola still doing
Yeah.
the 5G hardware. So it's like it's either a hardware problem and the modems on those 5G towers aren't, aren't precise enough for this band, which is why you're getting so much bleed through. And or B, there's the other countries aren't deploying the C band that AT&T and Verizon are.
The hard part about that is from what AT&T says, it sounds like they've already deployed this tech in 40 other countries without issue.
Well,
And
AT&T have
the statement also said
well,
the company
AT&T
is
doesn't operate in other countries though. They're saying it's like other countries have been able to deploy 5G, but it's like yes, that is true, but have other countries been able to do the C band and near airports? That's the
from
thing.
what it my point is from what it sounds like they were able to do so. Like
I
if
think
they're pointing out other countries pointing like, hey, they were able to do it without issue for the C band, for example.
Yeah.
Then why are we having issues?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm grabbing from it.
To me, it's too generalized of a statement, though. That's the thing. It's just like they're not specifying which. It's like if these other 40 countries are doing the C band, like they'd try to, or just 5G in general.
With it as well, I mean, I honestly, I do think that the FAA is probably mostly at fault with this.
Yeah. No, that is true because it's like they could have, the FAA, who's in charge of regulating this stuff, just said, hey, you can't do this, from the get go.
Yeah.
Or
they've given them the green light years ago.
Right. Or it's like, because, in the US, you have to reserve like frequencies to operate in and whatnot. You have to get permits to like operate things in like on frequencies and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's like the FAA could have stepped in when AT&T and Verizon applied to operate on this frequency and said, hey, it'll cause disruptions.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do agree with your point. That's like, yes, the FAA is kind of at fault here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
got a couple chats. Oleander says AT&T, just be patient and listen to the goddamn airlines. Listen to them, or I'll see that you don't get business by telling people to vote with their wallet. Yeah, that's fair. Rise to Raise Reborn says I like to land my aircraft safely, not having not and not have my plane try and kill me. Dealt with students trying to kill me, and that's enough. And that's enough. Raspberries also says the FAA is painfully slow with doing things. FAA is very reactionary,
as evidenced by this whole fiasco that they're just now raising an issue now that it caused an issue. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So yeah, Verizon expressed similar frustration. It's essentially the AT&T statement again. Yeah, this is just the latest series delays and.
Yeah.
Basically, just talks about the scale of damage. If they continued, it was going to be really bad. Tons of flight cancellations, etc., etc. For his part, President Biden thanked the carriers for agreeing to delay 5G deployment around key airports and to continue working with the DOT on safe 5G deployment at this limited set of locations. He said that his team has been engaging nonstop with the carriers, airlines, and aviation equipment manufacturers to chart a path forward for 5G deployment and aviation to safely coexist. It's just a failure on multiple parts that caused this.
I hate to say it, but I can't really blame AT&T or Verizon because they were given the green light years ago to do this.
Right, they were like, okay, yeah, sure, it's whatever.
It's like, yeah, they were told, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
And now they set it up, and now they're being told not to. It's like
AT&T, Verizon, they do have a right to be pissed here. In all honesty, Yeah.
It's kind of. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh my god, it is.
God.
AT&T took the Bobby Kotick school of not apologizing for harmful fuck-ups. That's also true.
What? AT&T took the Bobby Kotick school of not apologizing for their harmful fuck-up. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that's pretty true because they're not apologizing. They're purely putting the blame on someone. Like, You told us to do it. You said it was fine. You gave us the green light. You
It's like
said we could do it 2 years ago.
it's like this is our fault. No, fuck you. This is your fault.
Pretty much.
I just keep thinking. I don't know. For some reason, the Spider-Man meme of like pointing fingers was brought to mind here.
We need to meme and post it on Twitter.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Speaking of Bobby Kotick, though, he's not going to be a CEO after the Microsoft thing goes through. He's leaving.
Bobby Kotick is
The CEO of Activision Blizzard.
Oh, okay. I really didn't give care enough about that company to know.
Okay, gotcha. And also the FAA need to make up their mind. Yeah. Although,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The FA, the DOT are just abysmal.
You see, this is why I have such little faith in any sort of major infrastructure projects undergone in the U.S. Just because
the amount of bureaucracy and red tape.
Yes, as well as just how behind the times so many of these alphabet agencies are with stuff compared to the corporate world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only hope Kotick gets fired in regards to the Microsoft Activision acquisition, and that's my piece on the matter. Don't get me started on how Kotick is trying to buy Kotaku for some reason, and PC Gamer for what it's worth. But yeah,
PC Gamer stays independent from that.
Yeah, Bobby Kotick is going to be out of his job entirely once Microsoft buys it. Apparently, according to stuff.
I also find it hilarious that one day after the announcement of the acquisition, that the Activision Twitter apologized for the current state of Call of Duty.
Yeah,
it's like they were on that. All the memes coming from it have been hilarious. Oh my gosh.
And there's also stuff going around that a COD won't be a yearly release now when it's under Microsoft, which
that's an improvement, I would say.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It should not have been a yearly release for a while now.
Yeah, it should have stopped being a yearly release a very long time ago. You're correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe post 2012, we should have lived without a COD every year.
That's true. Yeah. Different times, man. Different times.
Yeah.
I think that kind of covers it for that. I mean, it's everything. It's just such a shit show.
I know. Everything's fine though. Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Look, the cute redhead on TV says everything's fine. Okay, so everything's fine. We just need to sit and have a margarita. Okay. Kickboxing, margarita. No, I'm kidding. She looks like
Chucky.
Chucky.
We'll circle back to that.
Yeah, I'm kidding. She looks like Chucky.
It's true, especially when she gets like heated.
Yeah. Anyway.
COD has always been toxic things 12-year-olds.
Look, Modern Warfare 2 lobbies were lit. Okay. I learned most of my vocabulary from Modern Warfare 2 lobbies.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 lobbies were primarily grown-ups, to be fair on that.
Talked about Trevor Jacob? I don't think I'm entirely certain who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Are you Googling it too?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Oh, I heard a little bit about this. He's a snowboarder who might have crashed a plane for views intentionally. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, we're not. I don't feel like talking about that. That's not tech related.
He crashed his plane on purpose, allegedly. Allegedly.
Weird stuff for clap.
Right.
We're not that crazy. Yeah. I'd like to think at least.
I don't know. Would you throw a PC out the window for views? In this economy? No.
No, not in the slightest.
Yeah.
Very much on purpose. Interesting.
Allegedly.
Raspberries would like to have that plane.
He's like, that's a waste of a good plane.
Yeah, right.
Allegedly.
Any other kind of topics you wanted to talk about?
No.
I think I'm pretty good on that.
Just the absolute state of things.
The absolute state of this. Oh my god.
The absolute state of everything.
I'm just merely in awe of the size of this fuck up.
Yeah. We were talking about AMD fucking up earlier. This is
AMD, the crypto market, the GPU market as a whole. Outside of Intel's looking promising. We'll give them that.
God, I want to go back to
That's
like circa 2015, 2016 or so when it was like
when you can go back outside whenever you wanted.
that, but it was like a real like second golden age of PC gaming and whatnot. So
No, it was just a golden age of PC gaming in general because once you hit that 2018 mark, there was a lot of stuff that came out on consoles
especially
that was just golden.
especially
Like
2019 also.
yeah,
Yeah,
different times.
better
man.
times, and you could still go outside whenever you wanted.
Before Battle Royales really took over the scene.
Right. And PUBG
yeah.
was just like popular to stream, not so much to play. I don't know.
Yeah.
Reminiscing.
Simpler times, man.
Yeah. Well, where can the good people find you on Twitter then?
Me? It's
Yes.
simple. It's at filmed by G-Man on Twitter.
Okay.
You can see it. You should be able to easily recognize it because my face is literally our emoji that has my cross-eyed face on it.
Yeah.
2016 would be better than this, November notwithstanding.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
Any given time in the past 5 years or so. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the past year.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Take 2020 away.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That was not pretty.
Or any time of anyway.
Circa Coof.
Exactly.
All right. And where can the people find you, Taylor?
You can find me on Twitter at Inferius7809. That is at INFERIUS7809. Mostly anime stuff. So
Hey, nice.
go check it out at your own peril. Let's just say there are things on my profile that will keep normies away. So yeah.
He does not fear the anime titty.
I embrace the anime titty whenever possible. So yeah.
I want this to be an official statement from Tech for Thought that here at Tech for Thought we do in fact embrace the anime titty.
Exactly. Yes, we do not fear it like some of our peers, like Gamers Nexus.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. We will see you guys. Do I need to plug?
You forgot the plugs. Again.
I already did it. Yeah, I did it at the beginning.
You did. You got to do it at the end.
All right, check us out on Instagram at tech_FOR_thought and on Twitter at tech_4_thought. Once again, you can catch the podcast being recorded live starting at 1 p.m. Arizona time every Saturday. So yeah, check it out there.
Yeah.
And you can also make sure you're liked, subscribed, leave a comment, really helps us out, etc. Check out our videos that we try to upload twice a week. We've been pretty good about that, doing pretty well.
Yeah. We posted some really good videos this past week too.
Exactly.
Like these are probably some stuff that we embrace the anime boob. Yes. Or Bob's, my bad. But yeah, I like these past two videos are probably some of the best we've turned out in a while.
Yeah. So go check those out. And again, the membership for a nominal fee of $4.99 per month that we get a cut of, and your support does not go unrecognized. Valued shareholder.
Yeah.
You can get some cool benefits like some special emojis and a little badge, as you can see by Raspberries Reborn there. So if that's something you're interested, go ahead and check it out.
Yeah. We're gonna be coming with more emojis too. There's gonna be some stuff in the market.
Yeah. So with that, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next one.
See ya.